Get your latest AyChristene merch at crowdmade.com/AyChristene. And be sure to check out the new limited edition Animal Crossing themed AyChristene merch. Don't go chasing water bottles. Link down below. Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today I miss going to Sam's. I have never been in a Costco ever in my life. There's one not too far from my house, but I've never been inside of a Costco. I've been inside of a BJ's. I've been inside of a Sam's. They look the same, you know. I imagine Costco's is the same as far as look. But I say this to say, because this video is titled Costco Samples Be Like by SagaTheYoungin. And it just really reminded me of how much I miss going to Sam's and getting samples in the frozen section. And sometimes in other, like, it frozen and like some of the non-frozen foods you could get samples from and try out the different things. They also are good at giving you ideas. So sometimes if they have like a frozen entree thing and they'll make it and they'll pair it with the side and you'd be like, oh, I never thought of that. This is a good idea for dinner. That's their goal, and it worked on me. So I missed that. But with COVID, you know, I ain't taking no samples from nobody. And I'm not even I don't go into grocery stores anymore unless it's like an extraterrestrial situation. Aliens have to come. No, I'm just kidding. I had to go to Walmart like 2 months ago to get a foam pad because you can't order that like as groceries because it was something I needed. It was an emergency and I needed that for my mom's back. So I had to go to the store to get it. Nonetheless, I get my groceries delivered and you don't get samples that way. They just, unless they forget and they accidentally add stuff into your bag, which happens. Let me know if that happens to you. Sometimes I get surprise meats and surprise things from grocery stores. But the delivery is not so bad. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. No, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's start with the video. Link is down below. Let's get started. Yes.
Is it just me, or do the samples be tasting way better as the samples than when you actually buy it? They must be secretly sneaking in some extra flavor or something, because it tasted way better when I ate it.
When they did it.
You know, there's nothing
maybe
like
you didn't
through a Costco
make
or
it the way right.
If that's your style.
Yeah,
but
Sam's is
like
very
walking up and down the aisles of a Costco, feeling bored and exhausted from just being in the store for so long.
Yes.
And you come across a free sample of some ravioli or some chicken,
look, you see
whatever it is,
his
to
eyes.
Keep you going for just a little bit longer.
Yep.
Like, that tasted so bomb.
No, it's funny that he says this because I've had those days, you know, when you had to, like I had a lot of errands to run or I had to work and I have to get some stuff at Sam's or grocery stores in general. But this particularly happens at Sam's where I'm like hoping that there's a samples person so I can just get something to eat, like a snack, because you're at the grocery store already. You don't want to stop to sit down and eat or buy something, and you can't really walk through the store eating, you know. So it's like there have been times, it's been like 3 or 4 times that I know of that I've went to Sam's because I had to buy something, and I was praying, like hoping that there was a samples person there just so I can get some extra fuel.
For another
dear.
What?
Dear.
Ma'am, I think your hand was in the way. I was trying to get
I think your hand was in the way? She's like, get your hand out.
I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Bro, I don't know what it is, but there's just something about Costco samples that makes people act up.
Really?
Only at Costco will you see entire groups of people swarming around carts with samples of like the most basic everyday food items. Like
that doesn't happen at Sam's. People get food and they keep moving. I don't see lines.
Not even a jug. The tiniest, most
they give you the tiniest little.
And there'll still be 8 people crowded around.
It'll be like those little, like if you've ever been to the hospital and they give you your cup to take your pills in, it's like this little tiny cup that they give you, and that's the same thing. I know at Sam's that's how it is, these little tiny, where it's just like, it's literally like enough to just wet your tongue, not anything to quench your thirst at all.
Looking, staring at it like, what is this? What do we have here today? Like they're cavemen discovering fire. Like, you guys never tried orange juice before?
That is.
We got Susan over here intently studying the packaging.
At Sam's, I don't see lines though.
Orange juice has opened up a whole new world for her. I swear, I'll be walking in the store, and a few aisles up, I'll just see a mob of people forming. They're walking all passive movement. I'm thinking like, dang, what unique gourmet food item could they be serving up today? Causing all this hype, causing an actual mob to start forming in a grocery store.
Oh wow,
And
okay.
then it's like a chip. Some people will just be doing too much over a tiny sample. Like, look at this news clip.
Maybe
I
the
found.
chips
This
are
is a
good.
real thing that actually happened.
What?
2 senior citizens got into a fight at a Costco over free samples. Police told the state newspaper in Columbia, South Carolina, that it started when a 72-year-old man got ahead of a 70-year-old who was waiting for a complimentary piece of cheese.
What?
The 70-year-old says it happened again while he was waiting on a cheeseburger sample.
Oh,
Don't let
my
that
goodness.
slip by. They're literally going from sample line to sample line.
Really?
That led to angry words. Witnesses tell police that the Hawaiian shirt-clad alleged line cutter then hit the other man, causing his hat and glasses to fly off.
Oh, dear.
The 72-year-old told police he thought the other man was about to hit him.
Oh, goodness.
Bro, first of all, it's just a piece
Okay, hey. Okay. All right, so maybe I need to get a Costco card because, I mean, at Sam's, like I said, there's no lines for the samples. People go and get their samples and they keep it moving. There's not enough hype at Sam's for samples to, cause a ruckus or cause a line, and I've not seen anybody remotely get into fight. There's no lines to have somebody skip you or anything like that. But Hawaiian shirt man, you's an a-hole. You skip around him. You don't have to it's a sample, bruh. First, you don't got people. Relax. And for him to be like, oh, I thought the other one was gonna punch me in the face. I do want to look at it, watch this video to see if this had anything to do with it, or it's just because was the man just standing there? Y'all was yelling at each other. You thought he was gonna hit you, so you swung first. Does that make sense to you, sir? Or did he actually lift his hand? I have to Google the story for myself and see if I can see article details detailing the other guy's side, the one that got punched in the face. What's your side, But over these samples, I might need to try me some Costco.
I mean, even the reporter can barely keep it together.
Right.
And hold up, 72 years old, and we're still cutting in lines and throwing punches, getting into full-on fights.
Calm down.
Wait a minute. The senior center might actually be kind of lit.
Oh my gosh.
Police are trying to get a hold of surveillance footage to sort this whole thing out. So far, no arrests
this guy
have been made.
he wants to laugh so bad.
I mean, I guess that's a good thing. But
yeah.
Imagine you get taken to the station to get booked. Someone asks you what you're there for and saying, yeah, I punched a 70-year-old at Costco over a piece of cheese. But at the same time, I can kind of understand. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still free food, which who doesn't want that?
No, I want that, but
the right sample in front of me, you might catch me acting up too.
Oh goodness.
Can we talk about
no, see, I wouldn't do that. I would, however, be pissed if I was the guy walking to the line. There's one thing left, and another guy just came and swiped it, saw me and walked around and grabbed it. No, we gonna have problems now. You ain't gonna take this last sample. If they did, I'd be annoyed, right? If it was they kept kind of skipping, but if I still got food, then I'd be okay. I would be the rage would enhance if they took the last sample and I didn't get to taste the food. I'd be pissed.
When they try and set up a sample cart with vitamins, bruh, are you guys trying to get me addicted to Flintstone gummies again? Come on.
Again?
I've been 12 years. Or even worse, I once saw a Tide Pod sample cart. What is going on there? Didn't we learn our lesson with this back in 2017?
Yeah.
I hope they have emergency room samples right next to
that. That doesn't.
There's a few categories, a few types of people.
He did draw just the pods, so it could have been enclosed in something else. But the thing with Tide Pods is that once liquid touches them, it's the same thing with dishwasher pods. Once water touches them, because the plastic feeling material that's encasing the soap and the detergent and stuff like that, and the chemicals, all that stuff, is made to have a reaction with water that it will open up and all that stuff will gush out, the soap and detergent and cleaning stuff. If you have because sometimes there's some with Oxy, the spot removal, there's added things that can be in it. But I hope that at the store they had it in some type of plastic container, because if you have that ish in your pocket, right? Let's say it's a hot day and you sweat, that's all just right there. It's going to look like if it's the orange and blue, it's going to look like you boo-booed. Or if it's in your front pocket, people are going to think you got an issue. And it's, you don't smell amazing, but you're going to have a mess in your pocket. So hopefully they had some stuff on it.
Sample workers at Costco or at any store, really.
Okay.
The first type, and I know you all know this one,
kind of cold.
is those old sassy hairnet ladies that will lose their minds if they even sense you thinking about taking more than one
Dear.
sip. Like absolutely no chill at all. You go in for the second swipe and they act like you try to walk out of the store
With all of the food.
And then there's the toned down version of them. The ones that won't really say anything about it, but if you do something they disapprove of, maybe you're taking too long, maybe you go to grab more than one, they start giving you that look, staring you down with disapproval, but still don't really say anything. And
I'd be worried about that, so I just grab my samples on my leave.
was giving out these chocolate brownies, and I couldn't help it. I just had to have a second. But I'm thinking, I'm just going to stop by here again on my way back. You know, she'll forget about me by then. I don't want to annoy her by taking two in a row.
Well, it depends.
But when I stopped by on my way back, bro, this lady was staring into my soul.
Goodness.
I never forget who already took a sample. Hey, don't underestimate the hairnet lady's memory.
Yeah, they'll remember.
There's a good brain under that hairnet. I don't know why most of the sample people all seem to be old ladies, but then there's also the occasional dude, and they're always really calm, probably just sitting there chilling like, damn, is my shift over yet?
They do be seeing.
Put at that one lonely, forgotten sample station that gets no good.
They do be seeing. That is true. Like, I do remember seeing, like, some guys that'll be, because you have some, and this is not like a guys versus gals thing, but some of the things I have noticed, you have some sample people that will have a really nice display. Like, they'll cook the food and they'll cut it up and they'll nicely put it on the little tray with a little napkin. And if it's like something with a little spoon, you know, they present it well. Some people, they're like, it's a little sloppy, like when they have the cups, because you can tell they're just like, I have no care about this, I'm just trying to do it. Then I have seen people just sit and just like looking at their watch. Like, when can I leave this? I don't want to do this anymore. I've seen that.
Visitors. For some reason, instead of being at the front of the aisle like all the others, there's always that one cart tucked at the very end of like the least busy
I haven't seen that at
that's, like,
Sam's.
serving like coconut water or
Oh, that's
something.
probably why.
Never is it one of the old sassy hairnet ladies either. Just some chill old dude that's not gonna have a stroke when you go in to reach for a second sample. But then again, is anyone even taking seconds on coconut
I don't think
water
they
in
are.
the first
I don't
place?
think they are.
I don't know. Someone just needs to show some love to my boy in the back.
That's why he mentioned him, just to show him some love.
Is the complete opposite of the old sassy ladies. I remember one time in particular, there was this one sample lady that actually offered me more.
Yeah,
samples.
they're
She probably
nice.
saw me eyeing it or something, and she was like, "Yeah, here,
Take them
another
all,
one
take
for
them
me."
all.
I was like, "Whoa, you kind of threw me off there for a second. I wasn't really expecting that." And then the lady 2 hours down was going
Oh my
crazy,
goodness.
running a whole
Oh
tyrannical
my goodness.
dictatorship at
Oh
her
my
station.
gosh.
And then the last one you can't
Dear.
forget about is the information giver. You walk up to grab a sample, and they start spitting paragraphs about this has 9
Yeah, I
minutes
feel
of
bad for
production
them.
and 6
Because I
minutes
just want to
serving
take this and go.
package, only takes 5 minutes to cook. Just bombarding you with
Yep,
information.
I don't want all that.
Chill. I'm just here for the
Yep,
free
that's
food,
it.
And then I'm gone. And maybe back for
I'm
one more,
sorry.
but then I'm
I know
gone.
this is your job and this is what you got to do, but I got to go.
Costco samples. And then compare all of that to getting samples at a frozen yogurt place. I swear, those workers will sit back and watch you drain the entire machine from samples.
Really?
And still won't say
Oh, really? I haven't had, like, when it came to like samples from the froyo place, like and this could be an innate kind of going into a retrospective of being a black person in America, you know? And so I've always tried not to, and this is a psychological thing, I've tried to not draw too much attention to myself, like when it comes to like getting samples or things like that, because people have been judgmental and have falsely accused black people before of stealing, even if that's not the case. It's like if they feel uncomfortable just because of the color of your skin, they deem that you are doing something that you're not doing. So because of that, as a survival instinct that I'm not saying is amazing to have this. Unfortunately, this is the product of the environment that I live in, the country I live in. But when it comes to like getting samples, like from, like I said earlier, I don't want them to think that, I don't want to have those issues. So I just take my samples and I go. I don't take extra samples unless they offer them. If they're like, hey, take some more if you want some. Okay, I'll take another sample. Outside of that, if I take a sample and it looks like it's really good, I'm like, okay, I'll ask, what is that? So then I can just go buy it, because I don't want to I don't want no looks. Well, I go through enough in my life. I don't want the old lady giving me no looks. I don't want no comments. I don't want no issues. So I'm just going to take this one sample, go buy the product if I like it, and then keep it moving. When it comes to like froyo samples, I'm very obvious about what I'm doing so that you can't say I'm doing anything other than what I'm actually doing. So if I'm taking the sample, I am standing back, I'm going like this, I'll stand back, try it, squeeze it out, throw it away, and that is it. If they're like, oh, you want to try something else? Okay, yes, I will. Let me try something else. Outside of that, I don't like keep pouring or keep getting, because people call the cops on you, and I don't really end well for my people, so I don't do that. But this video has really made me want to get a Costco card. I gotta try these samples, because I like cheese. I love sharp cheddar, bro. I'm a sharp cheddar. I was gonna say, I'm a sharp cheddar. That's what I go for. I love sharp cheddar. That is my cheese, okay? So if they got a sharp cheddar that just makes me turn into a glob of cheese from eating it, I am there. I want this. I want to experience this. I want me like it, me want it. So I gotta get a Costco card. Let me know, for people who have been to Costco, y'all, let me know. Is it popping like that, or if you have a Costco, you've been to Costco and you've been to Sam's, give me a comparison. Am I missing out? Like, I need to know, because like Sam's samples sometimes they be hitting, sometimes not so much. Sometimes they didn't warm it up long enough when it's a frozen food. But if Costco be popping, I think got lines, I might need to get a Costco card when Rona ends, because I ain't going to the grocery store. So let me know down below. If you liked that video, check out the link in the description box below to support Saga the Youngin. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always, and until next time, buddies. Toodles.